Armagen is pioneering the technology of delivering complex biologics across the blood-brain barrier. Current therapies that are intended to treat neurological diseases in large part do not reach across the blood-brain barrier. The blood-brain barrier acts as a barrier to keep therapeutics from entering the central nervous system. Our technology delivers through naturally occurring receptors these complex biologics so we can treat severe progressive neurological diseases. Our focus right now is first and foremost in lysosomal storage diseases. We have therapeutics in the mucopolysaccharidosis area, that's MPS 1, 2, and 3A, and also metachromatic leukodystrophy. Our most advanced research program is in Hunter syndrome, AGT 182, which is initiating phase 1 clinical studies. Right now, there's a real challenge in treating progressive neurological diseases, and we're eager to now enter into the clinic with some of our lead therapeutic agents.
The purpose of this clinical trial is to assess the safety and tolerability of a new enzyme replacement for Hunter syndrome. Hunter syndrome is a very severe disease. It's hereditary. It affects mostly males. In people with Hunter syndrome, their body doesn't make enough of an enzyme that is needed to break down complex sugars, and when they're not broken down, they interfere with the function of various organs such as the heart, the lungs, the liver, the person's brain, many different facets of the brain, and including their spinal cord. And in the brain, it often leads to progressive mental deterioration. AGT 182 is a very novel enzyme replacement therapy. Enzyme replacement therapy is not able to get into the brain because there's like a filter in the brain, and it's meant to be there. It's called the blood-brain barrier, in fact. And it's a barrier so that harmful substances, toxins, bacteria can't normally get into your brain. And this also ends up blocking the enzyme replacement therapy from getting into the brain. AGT 182 works by using an antibody to the insulin receptor, and on the antibody we've attached the enzyme replacement therapy. The antibody is able to attach to the insulin receptor on this blood-brain barrier, and the insulin receptor thinks it's insulin and allows it into the brain. The clinical trial that we've designed is a safety and tolerability study. It's meant to test whether the drug can be safely administered to adults with Hunter syndrome and whether it's tolerated. And we will use this information to design future studies and further testing of the drug. Everyone in the clinical trial will receive AGT 182. There is no control, there's no placebo or sugar water or anything like that being given. This trial is open to adult patients with Hunter syndrome, and they need to be 18 years of age or older. Before we could consider giving access to people with Hunter syndrome, we really need to know if it's safe and if it has any evidence that it's working. So the best way to get the drug is to come into the clinical trial.